Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 135 of Persona 5 Royal, and in the last episode, we now find out the source of Ren's suffering, which is Shido. And now, before we do, there is one last thing we can do. Get some stuff for Shady Commodities. We're gonna need it. Considering today, or should I say, the following day, as soon as I go to sleep, will mark the day that we finally go into Shido's palace. Mind you, we have until December the 18th to actually steal Shido's heart. Or, that's it. We're going to have to start back all over again. Well, not all over again, but start at the start of the palace. So, with that said, I think I could go to sleep. Or can I train? Sleep it is. So, on that note, we'll have to be wearing our school uniforms because my clothes is oh so totally suspicious. And with that said, there is a picture of that diet building. The diet building that would be the last stage of the game. And it's time for us to prepare ourselves for quite possibly, I would say, the longest palace in the game. No, it's not the longest palace in the game. No. Actually, it is the third longest palace in the game. The longest palace in the game is literally the last palace in the game. It certainly isn't the hardest, though. I know people had a lot of trouble with this palace. Definitely did. And unlike with with Ryuji, everybody else who's listening to all the people talk about Shido, which is going to be happening all throughout the time that it leads up to the deadline, it's going to be silent. Even though those were speaking parts in the original game. I wish they would have fixed that. Moreover, ladies and gentlemen, as was stated in the idiot dub changes, it's more along the lines of idiot changes for Royal, because, yeah, Namatame was in fact a candidate that was running against Shido. Unfortunately, all mention of him has been completely and totally removed, because for some reason they don't want to attach 5 to 4 Golden. And by they, I mean the people who translated this game. It's really stupid, to be honest with you, that they did that. Because that was actually a fun callback. And, moreover, we just got finished seeing Shinya, and now we're seeing Hifumi trying to show concern over the fact that I may or may not have died. So basically, all of my confidant ranks that I have maxed out will be practically showing their concern, and moreover, showing their support for you. This is a cool little tidbit that was in the previous game. So long as you manage to max out everyone. I mean, obviously Sojiro is going to show concern, but everybody who's not within your inner circle. Okay, let me rephrase that. Everybody who's just like a confidant in deal and not like a character that's supporting. That's the people that's going to keep showing up and giving you messages, so long as you max them out at 10. Nice attention to detail, of course.
Security guards became suspicious of us last time, so we can't stay here for long. But we still have no hit.
Think it's a barrier after all?
Where'd your enthusiasm from yesterday go?
Ah, shut up. The real game starts at 2 outs.
Enough chatting. You should only be thinking about the keyword.
The citizens are secondary. He only cares about his own well-being and that of his lackeys. He wants to become Prime Minister, even if it means trampling on others. Fortune, rich people. Hey, can you think of anything based on what you've heard from him? Just try saying anything. It doesn't matter if you guess.
Incompetent fools like you just need to shut your mouths and follow where I steer this country.
Steer? It was a match?
What? The Diet Building's a ship? What kind of scenery will that be? The actual building's on land.
I can't even begin to imagine what it will be like.
Well, whatever it is, looks like there are no barriers.
Oh, shut up! Let's hurry up and go in.
Are we clear of the guard's sight?
Get closer to the wall just in case. All right, do it.
Did anything change? We went in, right?
Security guards seem to be gone, but it's difficult to tell for certain. This seems to be similar to what happened with Sis's palace.
But this time, the Diet Building remains unchanged.
The gate wasn't open earlier, though.
Wait, look! Mona's appearance is different. That means we're definitely in a palace.
Come on, let's go take a look.
How's it look over there? See anything?
Nah, it's totally normal.
I'll check it out. Huh?
What the heck?
What's up, Futaba? Futaba?
What is it?
The hell?
Even though this country may sink, he alone will survive. That's what this cognition is about, huh?
This is bullshit! A country that children can be proud of my ass is completely sunken in his head. If a guy like this stands above everyone, we're seriously done for.
This is beyond ridiculous.
The same goes for Akechi. He should have seen this scenery as well. Yet he still aided Shido.
What in the world is he thinking? Whether it be for glory or for simply a reward, my father died because of someone like this.
We gotta sink Shido instead of this country.
A palace with not just the center of the distortion, but the entire country sunken. I can't believe there's someone with this tremendous of a desire. Be careful. This will be completely different from past palaces.
We're definitely gonna take his treasure. All right.
We must put an end to this by December 17th, the day before the elections. Let the infiltration begin. Time to pay him back for setting us up into a trap.
Well, we're here at the cruise ship of Pride. And needless to say, this cruise ship is gonna be a long one. Multiple parts. Because we're gonna have to make 2 visits in this place. Thankfully, when we make the 2 visits, there's no necessary borders. You're just basically shown what you need to do here on the first visit. The second visit, you can just pretty much complete the entire palace, no problem. Again, it is the longer palace of the game though, so that is something to take into consideration. Not just that, but this is the second area where the bad stat rat makes its appearance. And the last area that actually happens. because no other area has it. Thankfully, this will be the last game that will ever have Rat, because Persona 5 Strikers doesn't have it, Tactica doesn't have it, and hopefully Persona 6 doesn't either. But we know how Atlas rolls. They're gonna probably bring it back in some way, shape, form, or capacity. Funny that it didn't appear in Persona 4. Thank God, though. Rat is practically annoying.
You're right.
So, in other words, we just waltzed in to the cruise ship, and we're already in our battle uniforms. Oh, yeah, we're pretty much in the Persona 3 uniforms. I need to fix that. Oh, wait, no, this isn't Persona 3. I know what this is. Saint Germain's. But it doesn't matter. We got ourselves a actual battle here. It's not a boss battle, but that is Byakuo. And Byakuo, he's not really that good. Oh wait, that's Cerberus. I'm guessing that's Cerberus. We're gonna switch over to Yusuke at least.
Leave it to me.
We're probably gonna need him. Why? You'll see. And yes, I have Arsene in my party. And there's nothing wrong with that, because by this time, you should power up Arsene. But this one was really quick because, well, Arsene's powered up. What more can I say? This was an easy one, actually.
Oh, is this a show of sorts? Mr. Shido never fails to keep his guests entertained.
Indeed. Those privileged enough to be on this ship are all on the winning team.
What is with these people? Why do they not feel any danger after what they just witnessed?
It seems they think no harm will come to them because they're here on Shido's ship.
They're not even sensing the danger. Come on, let's make him see what this ship really is.
And now it truly begins. Well, not really. You can actually attack all the enemies here, and that's when the enemies start. Well, after that, fight with Byakuo, and now Treasure Skimmer has actually been unlocked because of the fact that Futaba's gained level on the way here. By the way, oh wait, no, it wasn't gained level. I completed her Confidant rank, and Treasure Skimmer was one of the things, and that happens randomly. You really don't need to worry about that because you'll end up getting more of the quote-unquote treasures as you pick them up throughout the metaverse. Yeah. Might as well just strike her down at least. Do I have a nuclear one? I should, I just bought it. Wait, yes I do actually. Yes I do.
This one.
There we go. Now then, let's beat this thing up and get it over with. And by the way, this is Daikini. Daikini will show up here. They'll start getting some level 60 persona in the midst of this, well, level 55 to 60. No. Yeah, level 55 to 60 persona by the time of this. Because Shido, I think, is around level 70. Yeah, 65 to 70 if I'm not mistaken. So, he can be pretty tough. But for right now, we've got other things to worry about. I mean, we're taking down enemies. But what we need to do is actually climb up the stairs. You know, I should have brought Yoshitsune for this. But instead, we'll just strike that disaster shadow. That's all. And thank goodness that Yusuke's learned dying spells. Well, except for except for the AoE spell at least. Ooh, Futaba's learned a new skill.
How should I use this?
Yes, sub recover HP. Nice.
Leave the noobs and let's go.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything in that treasure chest too. Now then, where do we need to go now? Simply up, of course. Because that's where we need to be. And I thought I was going to do an insta-kill, but unfortunately that did not happen. Oh, wait. Wait. We don't need to worry about that. We just need to hit him with fire, switch over to on, and let her do the work. Basically, this is the team you're going to be bringing to this whole entire palace. Ryuji, On, and to an extent Yusuke. Well, let me rephrase that. Yusuke, On, and to an extent Ryuji. Because I think there's some enemies that are not weak to lightning. I mean, you could bring Morgana if you want to. Because there are some enemies weak to wind, but there's no point. Morgana is probably weak as hell by this point. I mean, even if he has levels, he's still weak as hell as far as for defense is concerned. I know that's where the Jazz Club comes in, but at the exact same time, I probably wouldn't be worried about Morgana. But we're in the next area, which is the Central Passage. This is where things get real important. So, we just need to go over to the treasure. You think that you could go over to the treasure, but you can't.
These huge doors are obviously suspicious. Wonder what's through here.
There's slots to stick in something like a key card. Whoa, there's 5 of them.
475 people in favor, 0 against.
I hear something.
Since there is no one against the plan, this bill will be unanimously passed as drafted.
Passed? What's going on? Was that Shido's voice?
If this truly is the representatives' chamber as written, beyond here must be the main assembly hall.
The what now?
It's that large conference room that's usually seen on the news.
Oh, that thing! Gotcha. So, what are they doing inside?
Most likely a meaningless vote. One in which whatever Shido proposes will always go unopposed. So he's doing whatever he wants by keeping only his supporters in there.
What do we do to get in, though? Should we find these keycards?
Maybe we need some kind of qualification. One that vows to be his follower or swear loyalty.
So basically, we need to prove that we're on his side.
You sure move on quick.
But what's this qualification thing about?
Why don't we ask the guests on this ship?
That thought never crossed my mind.
Asking around doesn't sound like a bad idea. The guests here are the cognitive versions of them in Shido's mind. They'll know any secrets he shared. True. You have a point.
That said, the ruler here is that evil Shido. It wouldn't surprise me if they did turn hostile.
Right. Yeah, wouldn't they attack us?
We should prepare for the worst, of course. But I think we'll at least be able to talk to them. This ship is most likely an ark loaded with those that Shido believes are worth keeping alive. It'd explain the luxury cruise ship. I doubt idiots who can't even hold a conversation would be here. We can at least gather information. It helps that everyone's wearing masks. We'll blend in even with our attire. He must believe that no one shows their true face to anyone else. Just like him. Well then, let's split up and ask around.
Now we're going to have to go around the entirety of this central passage so that we can find out information on getting into that room with the actual 5 locks in. And I'm going to just cut it down to the gist. You need 5 letters of introduction in order for you to get into that room that'll lead to the treasure. Each one of those letters of introduction is going to be longer than the last. And I'm just changing to a different outfit for everyone, because there's not much I could say right now. Alright. Everybody's equipped? We're good. Wait, let's go to winter clothes instead of winter uniform. It'll make more sense. Really, it will. Alright. We're good. Excuse me. Got the hiccups here. So basically speaking, you just talk to all the Phantom Thieves to see what's going on. And Ryuji is unsuccessful. Futaba may actually get someone. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. Makoto actually did get one. And this one's actually the transportation chief. You know, the guy responsible for the crashes and stuff like that. Or no, let me rephrase that. The guy responsible for transportation and things like that. An found out about a nobility being a VIP. Let's see, we've got 2 other places to go before we call it. We gotta talk to Yusuke. And Yusuke basically doesn't have anything. But, if I'm not mistaken, Haru and Futaba might. There's Haru right over there. But Haru doesn't have anything. So last but not least is Futaba. Yeah. We got everybody. So with that said, we gotta gather up any information. And by the way, this was supposed to be a speaking part 2 in Persona 5. It's not for Royal for some reason. They need to stop doing that. Seriously. So now we need to go to the safe room, because that's our next destination, and we need to go there to pretty much gather all the information that we have in order for us to get these 5 letter of introductions so that we can get to Shido's treasure.
Still, this is a surprise. All the cognitive guests in this palace seem like real humans. The casino earlier looked pretty real too. But talking with these guests was a whole nother story.
You have that right.
This ruler's observational skills and insight are off the charts. Shido's a formidable foe.
Come on, no need to freak out.
I'm not freaking out. I was just thinking it'll be easier to make a plan since they can talk normally. Alright. Let's put together the information we gathered.
Huh. Gotcha.
You're right. It seems...
Please hear me out.
Hey, listen! Listen up!
It's no use. I can't keep the profiles of 5 people straight in my head.
I can only remember about 2 of them. What about you, Joker? Really? Wow!
We're up against 5 people. The politician Owe, a former noble, a TV station president, an IT company president, and a cleaner. We get certification from them and obtain letters of introduction that'll serve as keycards. But only go for the cleaner after the other 4 have been dealt with, right?
Whoa, now that's impressive! You go, genius!
If we can't remember the details on the VIPs, let's reconvene inside a safe room. Alright, let's get this done quickly.
I'm not sure if this part was a speaking part or not, but I do know this. We will have no choice but to leave the palace at this point in time. Because we're going to have to go into the ship for letters of introductions. And this would be around the time that you would actually make preparations to go there. Because again, Shido's palace is one of the longer palaces in the game. Moreover, it is one of the harder palaces in the game. So, on that note, let us leave this palace once and for all. Well, let me rephrase that. Once and for all today and come back tomorrow or some other day to deal with it. Well, it's going to have to be some other day. Because I'm going to try to max out Oya and at least for the most part try to raise the confidant ranks of Haru. So that way she will be useful too. And that is the main gist. Is for Haru to be completed so that she'll have her persona in a trickster state. So that way we'll have all the personas needed in order for us to do some damage. But we probably won't need Haru for Shido. That much I can wholeheartedly say. We won't be needing Haru for Shido. We probably will be needing her near the end of the game though. Primarily against the Holy Grail, but I digress. Anyway, we've pretty much got what we need for right now. But once we get through with the conversations with everybody, the real challenge begins when we go back into the palace. But for now, I am going to actually not do anything right at this point because for some reason the game will not let me use Kawakami's services. So with that said, I'll see you all in the next episode of Persona 5 Royal as we actually try to level up Oya and Haru.